Hi, guys. Welcome back to Alamat Short Stories, where we narrate short stories submitted or researched by our team to share with you all. This week's story is about the author's experiences when his family went to a province in the Philippines for vacation. The story is called The Girl I Saw by World War Nut. This occurred when I was 9 years old. My family and I went to a vacation in the countryside on the southern part of the Philippines. We went to vacation to visit our cousins and relatives who were residing there at the time. We spent 1 month there before returning home. But something happened the day before our departure. Something that I will never forget. As you know, I'm not a believer of ghosts or the paranormal, but this event made me think twice. It was raining heavily. We went inside the house of my aunt while casually waiting for the rain to stop. Once the weather cleared, we all gathered outside and had conversations with the locals. My aunt ordered my cousin to climb up a small yet fairly tall tree to retrieve one of her roosters. Apparently, the rooster panicked and climbed up the tree to take shelter because of the heavy rain. My cousin climbed up the tree and held the grip on the rooster, then passed it down to my aunt. Then, he needed to go down. At first, he was hesitant because the tree was kind of tall, so he needed to land perfectly on the ground. And he can't really climb down because the branches were too fragile. He tried to jump, and when he tried to land, he made a mistake. Instead of landing both on his feet, he landed on his right shoulder, causing an injury. My aunt called this old man, who is known to the locals that have knowledge on how to deal with those kinds of injuries. My cousin and the old man went to his house to get treated. Meanwhile, my aunt told me to come along with her with two of my cousins to get herbals for my injured cousin that is planted in the garden of my uncle. It was already dark, but I decided to go with them anyway. We brought our flashlights with us because there was no one home at the time, so the lights were turned off. My cousins and my aunt were getting the herbs, and I had nothing to do, so I pointed my flashlight in every direction. Then I saw this wooden structure that resembled a bench with a roof surrounded with wooden walls with an entrance in the middle. It was a small structure meant to be a chill spot. So I was pointing my flashlight, then I suddenly pointed it to the structure, and I saw something strange and odd. I saw legs of a girl. It appeared to be pale with school shoes with long socks and wearing a red checkered school skirt. Her upper body was not visible due to the wall that surrounded the structure, and only legs were visible outside. A thought came initially in my head, because why on earth would the person would be hanging out around this place in the dark? I initially thought it was one of my cousins, so I went in and pointed my flashlight. Then it hit me. There was no one inside. I swear, I saw someone or something. And what made me even more scared was that I saw my aunt got creeped out. Added to the fact that it's dark and cold out there. My aunt instructed us to run. I bolted out of the place so fast I didn't have the time to catch my breath properly. After reaching near the house, I ran straight to my parents, crying and explaining to them what happened. They were skeptic and told me maybe a nice bath could help me get over it. I told them I didn't want to do it because I was too terrified to be alone. So my dad joined me and he bathed me. 3 years later, it didn't bother me anymore because I grown out of it. Maybe it was just my imagination and maybe I was just overreacting. But one recent call that sent shivers down my spine. It was a call that my dad received from my cousins, explaining that there was this girl that appeared to be so pale with dark, sunken eyes in the corner of their view, just staring back at them while they were praying. Then I remembered my experiences, and I reminded my dad on what I saw 3 years ago. I have come into the conclusion that it was the same girl that I saw before. What do you guys think of this week's story? I know I've been gone for a little bit. I was busy with some other personal stuff. But now I'm back, right in time for October, the spooky season. If you enjoyed the story and my content so far, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this channel to your friends and family. If you have stories you'd want me to narrate, send them over at mralamatph@gmail.com. Salamat guys, and see you in the next one.